The Iraqi Dinar today. Latest news. The current moment in Iraq holds the potential for a fundamental restructuring of the nation's currency, a development that has been followed closely by observers around the globe for many years. Viewers who have monitored the shifting landscape of the Iraqi Dinar, IQD story, enduring continuous cycles of speculation, unsubstantiated claims, and protracted public discourse, are now approaching a period of crucial clarity. The year 2025 is poised to deliver the long-awaited official framework for the dinar exchange. This comprehensive set of rules is now reportedly confirmed, establishing the definitive criteria and structured approach for how the currency will be valued, legally traded, and converted in the months ahead. This is a significant shift, representing not just informal chatter or another speculative leak, but a formal government procedure that will map out the financial pathway for Iraq in the coming year and beyond. Every individual holding the Iraqi dinar should carefully consider this information, as the newly detailed timeline, necessary documentation, and methodical rollout plan are now coming into focus, knowledge of which will be essential for navigating the transition. The protracted period of uncertainty regarding the dinar's future has seemingly concluded, as concrete guidelines finally supersede years of ambiguity. The countdown is now underway toward a regulated, formalized exchange era designed to place Iraq's monetary system on a more stable and internationally recognized footing. This is a pivotal time for keen observation and deliberate preparation, as the foundations for Iraq's financial future and its position in the global economy are being set in place. The formal announcement of this official exchange framework reportedly follows many months of meticulous planning and anticipation within the Iraqi government and the Central Bank of Iraq, CBI. This signals the nation's transition into a new phase of economic modernization and stability, moving away from historical volatility. For the first time, the entire conversion process has been publicly outlined in a detailed manner, providing both Iraqi citizens and international dinar holders with a clear, sanctioned method for converting their currency under officially approved institutional guidelines, thereby fostering greater confidence in the process. This move towards formalization represents Iraq's concentrated effort to standardize its entire monetary system. A key objective is to drastically reduce the persistent confusion and mitigate the risk of unauthorized or fraudulent transactions that have historically been fertile ground for the spread of misinformation and unchecked speculation. For international holders of the Iraqi dinar, this official governmental step brings a long-absent element: institutional transparency. It offers a much-needed layer of assurance that the entire exchange procedure is legitimately backed by verified financial institutions and the governing authorities, rather than relying on the often unreliable realm of speculative social media commentary. The structured approach, the projected timing of the rollout, and the built-in financial safeguards are collectively designed to protect legitimate dinar holders while simultaneously ensuring the maintenance of economic equilibrium within Iraq's internal financial architecture. The complex journey that began with decades of financial uncertainty is finally gaining concrete direction through these carefully considered official protocols. A core component of the newly issued framework is the strict regulation of the exchange process itself, which will be administered solely through government-approved, verified financial institutions and commercial banks. This deliberate decision is reportedly a critical action aimed at effectively terminating the operational viability of unauthorized third-party brokers, unverified online exchange platforms, and the various financial schemes that have aggressively targeted hopeful international investors over the past decade. The government's renewed emphasis is placed squarely on procedural safety, institutional legitimacy, and the comprehensive verification of all parties and transactions. Every single conversion must flow through registered banking channels that are directly linked and accountable to the Central Bank of Iraq. This system is intended to provide holders with the confidence that their exchanged funds are not only protected, but are fully recognized and logged by the highest official authorities. Furthermore, this institutional-only policy is a strategic move to align Iraq's banking and monetary practices more closely with established international financial standards, an essential step in rebuilding and strengthening its credibility within demanding global markets. The government's measured approach clearly indicates a prioritization of sustainable, long-term economic health and systemic integrity over the pursuit of quick, unregulated monetary gains often associated with black market dealings. While the average dinar holder might initially perceive this change as overly rigid or bureaucratic, it functions as a crucial safeguard. This robust system is specifically designed to ensure that every phase of the exchange process is fully legal, comprehensively trackable, and transparent from the moment of submission through to the final conversion. It is a necessary measure for transitioning the Iraqi financial system from its past to a modernized, globally integrated future. The new exchange regulations place significant, non-negotiable importance on thorough and verifiable documentation. Every dinar holder seeking to exchange their currency will be required to present valid personal identification alongside irrefutable, verifiable proof of ownership of the dinar being submitted. This required evidence may include original receipts from officially authorized currency dealers, documented bank transaction records detailing the purchase, or formal purchase confirmations that validate the currency's legitimate origin. The core intention behind this stringent rule is unambiguous. Only legitimate holders who acquired their dinar through recognized and legally sanctioned channels will be eligible to participate in the official exchange process. This enforcement is a dual-purpose strategy to secure the national financial system and prevent the influx of counterfeit or unrecorded currency that could severely destabilize the intended revaluation process. This comprehensive verification requirement, while adding a necessary step to the process, is an essential element for maintaining both fairness and systemic order during the large-scale rollout. For those dinar holders who have diligently maintained clean and properly documented records of their purchases, this stage is expected to be relatively straightforward and efficient. It is an integral part of Iraq's overarching economic strategy, which aims to ensure that every single exchange transaction contributes positively and predictably to the national economy, while simultaneously upholding a high standard of transparency. For both domestic financial observers and international institutions, this structured methodology demonstrates Iraq's commitment to procedural discipline during this critical monetary transition. What makes this particular development historic is the introduction of a definitive and publicly acknowledged timeline for dinar holders, moving the process beyond vague speculation into a detailed and actionable schedule. According to the reported official guidance, the network of government-approved banks is expected to achieve full operational capability for handling the exchange capabilities by approximately mid-November 2025. This announced timeframe clearly marks the commencement of the official countdown. The entire rollout process is intended to begin in methodical, controlled stages, a strategy designed to allow the underlying financial systems to stabilize and to ensure that each participating institution can capably manage the anticipated high volume of transactions without triggering chaos or systemic failure. This measured step-by-step approach is crucial for building and sustaining trust among the international investor community, which has waited patiently for many years for a clear path forward. The expansion of the wider exchange process is anticipated to become available to a more comprehensive number of holders by December 2025, as the necessary financial infrastructure is incrementally expanded and proven stable. This projected timeline is also reported to be meticulously aligned with Iraq's national fiscal planning and budgeting processes for the subsequent year, 2026. This clear coordination between a major currency reform and the national economic blueprint is a powerful signal. It unequivocally demonstrates that Iraq's leadership views this monumental financial transformation as a foundational component of a long-term economic vision rather than a temporary or isolated event. This integrated approach underlines a profound commitment to sustainable financial health. Another crucial element integrated into the new exchange rules involves the imposition of carefully calculated transaction limits. These limits are being established to maintain strict order and prevent the entire system from being overwhelmed by a sudden flood of transactions. The caps on the amount of dinar that can be converted per individual transaction will be systematically tiered, based on factors such as the account verification level and the specific classification of the dinar holder, e.g. individual versus institutional. The stated purpose of these limits is not to arbitrarily restrict the rights of legitimate investors, but rather to safeguard the overall stability and integrity of Iraq's broader financial sector during this sensitive period. For example, individual dinar holders who possess fully verified and compliant documentation are expected to be permitted to exchange up to a set maximum threshold on a daily basis. In contrast, large institutional investors and high-volume commercial banks will likely be subject to significantly higher, more bespoke limits which will be managed through separate, high-level financial channels. This tiered transactional system is designed to maintain fairness across the board and, critically, to prevent an immediate and destabilizing currency flood, which ensures that Iraq's national reserves remain balanced throughout this revaluation period. Furthermore, it provides financial regulators with the necessary time and space to closely monitor market behavior and make essential adjustments as the process unfolds. While some parties may view the imposition of transaction limits as an unwelcome form of governmental financial control, their actual function is to provide an indispensable level of security, predictability, and systemic order. These three factors, security, predictability, and order, are absolutely necessary for managing a financial transition of this enormous scale and complexity without triggering undue market volatility. The official exchange process itself is designed to follow a structured step-by-step procedure engineered for maximum accuracy and bulletproof security. The very first step requires complete verification, where every holder must confirm their identity and validate all supporting ownership documents to establish legitimacy. The second step is submission, which can be executed either in person at a verified, authorized bank branch or, in a major modernization step, through a highly secure digital platform that is directly and seamlessly connected to the central bank's fortified network. Once the submission and verification are complete, the third step involves the official application of the exchange rate, which will be determined based on current classifications, established governmental criteria, and the central bank's official calculations. The fourth and final stage is disbursement, where the converted amount, now in the new currency, is securely deposited into the holder's official bank account or a protected, verified digital wallet. Every single stage of this new process is subject to rigorous monitoring and comprehensive logging, a measure designed to actively prevent fraud and maintain an unassailable record of transparency. This newly implemented digital integration represents an enormous leap forward for Iraq, clearly demonstrating its firm commitment to aligning with the most modern global financial technology standards and best practices. It instills an important sense of confidence in investors, who will now know that their significant transactions are safeguarded by advanced security systems and direct government oversight. While the entire process may demand a degree of patience, it is a deliberate and essential pathway toward achieving long-term systemic trust and financial stability. Unsurprisingly, the question that generates the most discussion among dinar holders worldwide is the exchange rate itself. While no single official public number has been formally announced or confirmed by the authorities, various unofficial reports from those with financial oversight suggest that the newly established rate will be substantially higher than the current market value. Financial analysts have provided figures that are reportedly intended to be a true reflection of Iraq's expanding national economy, its continually growing oil revenue streams, and its overall improved fiscal strength. This upcoming valuation adjustment is expected to fully reflect the dinar's genuine worth in the current global economic environment, moving decisively beyond the devalued rates that were relics of a more unstable past. This financial adjustment has the potential to attract significant global attention as foreign investors increasingly recognize Iraq's strategic, disciplined effort to strengthen its currency's international position and global standing. However, the Iraqi authorities have maintained a cautious and prudent stance, intentionally refraining from confirming any exact monetary figures until the point of the official release. This strategic silence is vital to ensuring that uncontrolled market speculation does not disrupt or destabilize the delicate foundational market stability they are trying to establish. What remains unequivocally clear is that the essential foundation has been set for a profound financial change, a transformation that is poised to fundamentally reshape how the nation of Iraq is perceived and engaged with within the global financial landscape. As the information regarding these transformative developments circulates, established financial analysts are actively providing their professional assessments. A significant number of experts believe that this structured, Methodical rollout could finally put an end to decades of dinar-related confusion and successfully establish deep-seated confidence among major international financial institutions. They highlight that the combination of official top-level government oversight, mandatory verified documentation, and the gradual, controlled implementation schedule is a powerful indicator of maturity and advanced discipline in Iraq's economic management. Analysts also observe that the timing of this announcement, which aligns perfectly with concurrent digital banking reforms and significant fiscal upgrades, appears to be a highly strategic move, creating the optimal operational environment for a strong and sustainable currency revaluation. Global markets, particularly those in the Middle East and Asia, are observing the process with keen interest, as expanded regional trade stands to benefit considerably from a stronger, more reliably valued Iraqi currency. This decisive move is expected to significantly boost Iraq's credibility as a serious and stable player in international finance, thereby attracting long-term, high-quality foreign direct investment. Overall, the broader financial community is reportedly expressing widespread optimism, characterizing this plan as a disciplined and exceptionally well-planned approach that prioritizes tangible, sustainable economic growth over the transient nature of financial hype. This refreshing, fact-based focus is a welcome change for investors who have been subjected to an overwhelming amount of unsubstantiated speculation in past years. The government's intense focus on financial security cannot be emphasized enough. In years past, the sphere surrounding the dinar has been plagued by countless scams, fraudulent online exchange offers, and deceitful early access schemes, all designed to exploit the hopes of investors. However, the new 2025 rules are designed to decisively close all of these avenues. The mandate is clear. Only officially verified banks and formally connected digital systems are authorized to conduct dinar exchanges. Full stop. Any transaction conducted through any other channel will be considered illegitimate, illegal, and unrecognized by the central bank. This rigorous stance is a direct, uncompromising protection measure for both the national economy and individual investors. The strict security framework ensures that no external actors can manipulate exchange rates, illegally siphon funds, or conduct unauthorized and destabilizing trades. All dinar holders are strongly advised to exercise maximum caution, immediately report any suspicious exchange offers, and place their trust exclusively in banks that can demonstrate a clear and verified affiliation with the Central Bank of Iraq. The official message being transmitted is unequivocally simple: prioritize safety above all else. Iraq has demonstrably learned from its past systemic vulnerabilities, and these new rules are a direct reflection of a modern, financially responsible system that prioritizes the absolute security and transparency of every legitimate dinar holder. In essence, this new structured system is built with the explicit goal of protecting and rebuilding trust, one secure transaction at a time. The timeline between the current moment and the projected mid-November launch date is critically important. Dinar holders are strongly encouraged to initiate their preparation now, rather than risk being caught off guard by last-minute procedural changes or rush-hour delays. This preparation involves meticulously gathering every single receipt, confirming bank connections for the eventual disbursement, and ensuring that all personal and purchase documentation perfectly matches the original records. Individuals who are fully organized will be able to move through the exchange process much more swiftly and smoothly once the banks officially begin operations. Financial experts also advise holders to proactively check which institutions in their respective countries are officially recognized by Iraq for IQD exchange, as the authorized lists will be continually updated in the lead-up to the rollout. The entire transition is expected to be detailed and methodical, but ultimately smooth, provided holders adhere to the rules. Each step in the process will require careful, deliberate validation. For years, investors have held onto their dinar, patiently waiting for this precise moment of formal institutional activation. Now, diligent preparation is the single most important factor for success. Those who approach the process responsibly and remain fully informed through official channels are expected to reap the most benefits when the new system fully activates. This phase is not merely about money. It is about the combination of patience, impeccable timing, and a state of complete readiness. The more prepared the individual holder is, the more efficient and less stressful their personal experience will be during Iraq's historic, monumental currency shift. Market observers are collectively declaring 2025 a defining year for the evolution of Iraq's national finances. The public confirmation and publication of these official, detailed exchange procedures demonstrate unequivocally that Iraq is fully prepared to conduct its financial affairs on a transparent, internationally compliant platform. The world is watching the transformation of a financial system that was once heavily clouded by rampant speculation into a modern structure built on the core pillars of clarity and institutional discipline. The integrated introduction of tiered limits, mandatory stringent documentation requirements, and the use of verified, secure systems is evidence of a government that has critically assessed past volatility and is now determined to build enduring credibility. The overarching focus extends beyond simply raising the dinar's nominal value. The goal is to create a lasting, reliable financial foundation for future generations of Iraqis. Iraq's strategic effort to completely modernize its national economy is not solely an internal domestic project. It is meticulously designed to attract significant international partnerships and secure long-term foreign investment capital. This initiative represents far more than just a currency revaluation. It is fundamentally about economic rebirth and a full global reintegration for a nation emerging from years of protracted rebuilding and complex uncertainty. The strategic roadmap is now perfectly clear, and all momentum is now demonstrably on Iraq's side as it moves forward. The international reaction has been equally strong and supportive. Financial commentators throughout Europe and the Middle East have widely described Iraq's 2025 plan as one of the most critical monetary developments in recent history, viewing it as a clear signal that Iraq is finally ascending to a position of financial strength. This newfound strength is solidly supported by its vast, tangible oil wealth, its strategic economic diversification initiatives, and its significant digital infrastructure upgrades. By fully formalizing the dinar exchange process with such rigor, Iraq is effectively signaling to the entire world that it is ready to operate as a stable, competitive, and predictable economy. This shift has the potential to generate powerful ripple effects across global markets, particularly within the energy-related sectors and existing regional trade agreements. As major global institutions take official note of this stability, the demand for the dinar could naturally increase once the official exchange process goes live, potentially leading to a much broader international currency recognition. Investors who have endured years of uncertainty may now be witnessing the genuine start of Iraq's true economic comeback, a movement that skillfully combines modernization, fiscal discipline, and a profound renewal of global financial confidence. Experts further emphasize that this comprehensive reform extends well beyond mere currency exchange protocols. It is an intrinsic part of a much larger, focused movement to completely digitize Iraq's entire financial ecosystem, a process that includes introducing stronger, state-of-the-art cybersecurity systems, implementing smart banking technologies, and establishing secure digital identification networks. The CBI's newly implemented infrastructure is designed to ensure that every single transaction, whether local or international, can be verified instantly and with complete certainty. This aggressive digital evolution successfully places Iraq among the rapidly growing number of nations that are adopting modern, transparent financial measures. It not only significantly reduces the opportunity for fraud, but also effectively paves the way for digital wallets and much faster, more secure international financial settlements for every holder. This major leap forward from the paper-based financial system of the past aligns perfectly with Iraq's long-term strategic vision of becoming a primary regional financial hub. This vision strategically combines the strength of its immense natural resources with advanced, professional economic management, a powerful combination that is highly likely to attract major global corporate partners in the immediate future. Financial commentators are also drawing significant and sustained attention to the stabilizing role of Iraq's oil-backed economy as a key driver behind this confidence. With national oil production levels steadily increasing and international contracts continually expanding, the country now possesses the necessary tangible reserves to underpin a stronger, more stable currency value. In stark contrast to previous less stable decades, the Iraq of 2025 is financially backed by both immense physical resources and a rapidly maturing professionalized economic policy. The newly released 2025 exchange rules are a clear reflection of this maturity. By firmly grounding the dinar's value in proven, tangible economic performance, The government is deliberately ensuring long-term sustainability instead of generating short-lived market hype. This responsible, measured approach provides essential assurance, not only for the domestic population but also for global markets, confirming that Iraq's anticipated financial growth is built upon an exceptionally solid and reliable foundation. With the world's eyes fixed on Baghdad, the successful execution of this highly structured exchange system is poised to mark a pivotal turning point, finally transforming years of pervasive speculation into a genuine, measurable moment of economic progress and national empowerment. It is the complex, strategic culmination of great patience, sophisticated strategy, and fierce national determination. Throughout the entire build-up to these monumental changes, official communications from Iraqi authorities have consistently stressed one central message: the absolute necessity of both patience and preparation. Officials understand the intense excitement surrounding the dinar's potential shift, but they have urgently requested that holders only follow updates released through verified official sources. This disciplined approach is vital to ensure that financial expectations remain firmly rooted in realism, and that misinformation does not gain traction and disrupt the meticulously planned process. In recent months, targeted, comprehensive awareness campaigns have been launched across the country to thoroughly educate citizens on precisely how to verify authorized banks, how to properly prepare the required documentation, and how to reliably recognize official exchange channels. These educational efforts are a key part of a broader, national strategy to ensure the smoothest possible execution when the exchange process officially begins. Iraq's leadership is determined to demonstrate that this is not simply another fleeting announcement, but the tangible, genuine implementation of a long-awaited, fundamental reform. The key difference this time is the degree of unprecedented institutional organization, a crucial element that was noticeably absent in previous speculative cycles. By proactively educating the public and setting forth clear, firm rules, Iraq is positioning itself for a stable, sustainable financial transformation that promises to redefine its role and prominence in the global economy. The upcoming months are therefore critical, not just for the nation of Iraq itself, but for every single observer and holder tracking this monumental financial shift. As the official exchange framework moves from being a document on paper to an active policy in the real world, the entire global financial community will be watching exactly how Iraq successfully manages the monumental rollout. The success of this meticulously planned initiative could very well establish a model for other nations seeking to stabilize, reform, or revalue their own currencies in a disciplined manner. More importantly for Iraq, it is a crucial test of the nation's readiness and capacity to manage large-scale financial efficiency and transparency at a national level. The necessary infrastructure, the intensive staff training, and the advanced technology have all been carefully aligned to handle this exact moment. Every single verified transaction will not only significantly change individual financial futures, but will also systematically strengthen the entire nation's economic credibility. For long-term dinar holders, this is far more than a simple currency conversion. It represents a chance to see years of unwavering patience rewarded through a legitimate, fully government-backed and secure system. The year 2025 is rapidly shaping up to be the year where Iraq finally transitions from the realm of financial uncertainty to one of solid structure, from unreliable rumor to undeniable reality, and from unchecked speculation to sophisticated financial strategy. Financial educators are also providing a strong reminder to all dinar holders that success in this process requires smart, cautious planning above all else. Instead of wasting time chasing volatile rumors or clinging to speculative exchange rate figures, they strongly recommend focusing on absolute compliance with the rules, exclusively using verified banks and ensuring secure transaction methods. The financial opportunity is indeed real, but the critical need for careful, disciplined execution is equally important. As the new systems activate, organized holders will be the first to move forward, while those lacking proper documentation may unfortunately face significant delays. Financial experts are advising viewers to create secure digital copies of all their proof-of-purchase documents, to diligently stay updated through only official government communications, and to remain patient as banks manage the anticipated high volumes of transactions. This is not intended to be a hurried, chaotic race, but rather a carefully designed, deliberate rollout, meant to sustain Iraq's long-term financial balance and health. Those individuals who maintain a calm, informed, and disciplined approach will be best positioned to take full advantage of the opportunities presented. The newly published exchange rules serve as the official, authoritative roadmap. The most intelligent action now is to follow them methodically, step by detailed step. This structured approach is what will transform past uncertainty into a tangible opportunity and turn preparation into long-lasting, sustained financial success. As the crucial mid-November timeframe rapidly approaches, the level of anticipation continues to steadily rise. Financial platforms and dedicated forums are currently buzzing with detailed discussions, but the tone this time is distinctly different. It is more confident, better informed, and solidly grounded in officially confirmed facts rather than baseless speculation. The confirmation of the official procedures has decisively shifted the conversation away from if the event will happen to when it will begin. For dinar holders, this represents a major psychological and practical turning point. After years of waiting and often chasing rumors, they now have a clear, actionable set of steps to take. The rules are now fully public, the national banks are actively preparing their systems, and the underlying infrastructure is ready to be fully activated. This newfound sense of absolute clarity is empowering investors to plan their next steps with a realistic and grounded perspective. Whether the task is simply verifying existing documentation or fully understanding the new operational processes, verified knowledge has definitively become the most powerful tool for ensuring success. The focus now is entirely on patience, discipline, and a state of absolute readiness. The energy surrounding the Iraqi dinar story has fundamentally transformed from a volatile state of uncertainty to a deliberate state of action. And this is happening right now in real time, as the defining year of 2025 unfolds before the world's eyes. As the year progresses, financial analysts predict a gradual, sustained strengthening of Iraq's national economy. As domestic and international confidence continues to grow, the official exchange structure is expected to pave a clear, reliable way for new international trade partnerships, deeper banking collaborations, and a significant increase in high-quality foreign investment. Iraq's highly strategic move toward institutional transparency and complete modernization is also expected to inspire neighboring economies to potentially follow suit, which could lead to a stronger, more interconnected, and highly stable regional marketplace. For dinar holders, this is much more than a simple financial update. It is a clear, unmistakable signal that Iraq's immense national potential is finally being realized and structured. The revaluation, the new secured systems, and the entire disciplined structure all point to a nation confidently stepping into its economic future with precision, purpose, and institutional control. Those who are closely watching today are truly witnessing history in the making. A nation firmly reclaiming its financial power and deliberately aligning itself with recognized global financial standards. The 2025 exchange era will likely be remembered not only for the financial numbers involved, but for the discipline, transparency, and clear vision that made the entire, complex transition possible. In final summary, the message for every single IQD holder is both simple and urgent. Get ready. The final, comprehensive exchange rules are here. The official timeline is methodically unfolding, and the entire institutional structure is now securely set. Authorized banks are actively preparing to open their doors, and the necessary digital systems are synchronizing perfectly with the central bank's network. Iraq's long, complex journey toward currency reform has officially reached its most definitive and consequential chapter yet. For all those who have held their dinar with such great patience, this is the crucial time to prepare wisely, follow the published rules with meticulous care, and stay acutely alert for only official verified updates. Avoid shortcuts, ignore all unverified rumors, and focus exclusively on officially confirmed information. The 2025 exchange framework is far more than a policy document. It is the foundational cornerstone for Iraq's entire economic future. As this critical process moves steadily forward, it carries not only the hopes and aspirations of millions of holders, but also the renewed, resolute confidence of an entire nation ready to rise. The tumultuous era of unchecked speculation is now definitively ending, and the age of structured official currency exchange has, at long last, truly begun.